An entire city is covered in fiber optic cable, and the reason why is dark.
A family is suspected of trying to board an EasyJet flight with their grandmother who was already deceased.
A girl who was abducted aged 3 has been found 42 years later with no idea she'd ever been taken.
Hey, y'all seen this thing pop up in Mexico, y'all? What is that? Look at this. Look what they caught in Mexico.
There's some probability that we're in a simulation.
What percentage would you attribute to that?
Probably pretty high. I would say it's pretty high.
Let's freaking go, y'all. What's up, guys? Unreal Reality, back with another one, holiday edition. Today, we got 60 minutes of creepy and mysterious TikToks that have me on high alert. Let's jump right into it.
An entire city is covered in fiber optic cable, and the reason why is dark. This is the frontline city of Liman in Ukraine, and every single one of these cables represents a drone that is being flown into battle. You see, both Russia and Ukraine have been resorting to these thin, translucent cables because when there is a physical connection between the pilot and the drone, the signal cannot be jammed by the enemy. Fiber optic cables often come in spools of between 10 and 20 kilometers in length, and a Ukrainian spokesperson said that hundreds of Russian and Ukrainian drones fly over this city every day, and each one leaves its mark. Now, most of the time, the drones never come back. They either hit their targets or crash, and then the cable is simply left draped across the terrain, leaving us with a stark reminder just how much modern warfare has changed, and how drones specifically have become an irreplaceable part of that operation.
Yeah, that's not infrastructure. That's a city wrapped in anxiety. At this point, it's not even occupied. It's plugged in.
Well, allegedly, Jake Paul is suing Anthony Joshua. Why? Because Anthony Joshua went off script. Not saying exactly what that meant, but something around the lines of malicious intent. Like, it was a no knockout clause, and the fact that Anthony Joshua hit that man so hard in his face that his jaw dislocated in 2 places was not a part of the script. I mean, the match rules. So, I'm not sure if Jake Paul is admitting that this was a scripted event and that, Anthony Joshua didn't go on script and all the people in Vegas and all the betting money and all of that stuff is fraudulent. I'm not sure if he's saying that, but he's saying there might be at least a $20 million lawsuit coming to Anthony Joshua because that was malicious intent. He went beyond the rules of boxing when he hit that man in his mouth and broke his jaw. I mean, we all were entertained, Paul. So chill out. Like, that's just how the game go, man. Some you win some, you lose some, but you get up to fight again.
Yikes. Imagine suing someone for fighting too realistically. Nothing says boxing like a no knockout clause.
This is the most haunted place on Earth. Located in Louisville, Kentucky, Waverly Hills Sanatorium opened in 1910 and was used to treat patients with tuberculosis. Unfortunately, since this was before there was an effective way to cure the disease, over 6,000 people would die inside Waverly Hills. And some of the treatments they would receive were downright horrific. To help patients breathe, balloons were inflated inside their lungs, and in extreme cases, muscles and ribs would even be removed. After an effective treatment was created, Waverly Hills would close its doors in 1961. With all that death and suffering, it's no surprise it's one of the most active paranormal locations in America. Visitors report disembodied voices, slamming doors, and even objects being thrown. One of the most well-known spirits is that of a boy named Timmy, who's said to play with balls that visitors bring him. Room 502 is where a nurse allegedly hung herself. Her ghost is said to appear in the doorway or cry when no one's there. But somehow, it gets even worse. Below the building lies the body chute, a dark underground tunnel once used to remove corpses from the property in a discreet manner. Today, visitors report shadow figures, voices, and the eerie feeling of being watched.
Yeah, sure. Let's just voluntarily hang out where TB and Ghost teamed up. Remember, guys, 100% optional.
A girl who was abducted aged 3 has been found 42 years later with no idea she'd ever been taken, and this is her alleged kidnapper. her mother. Michelle Newton was allegedly abducted by Deborah Newton from Kentucky in 1983. Her mum claimed she was moving to Georgia early, but when Michelle's father arrived, they'd vanished. For decades, Deborah was on the FBI's most wanted list for parental kidnapping, living under the fake name Sharon Neely in a Florida retirement community.
They're coming for you, Sharon!
Police received a tip-off about her location, and after comparing a recent photo to one from 1983 and confirming the resemblance, officers went to Deborah's home. She's been charged with custodial interference and released on bond. Michelle has been reunited with her father, who never stopped searching.
Imagine surviving trends, presidents, even decades, only to get arrested on your own front lawn. I guess hiding in plain sight does work, until it doesn't.
Bro, am I tripping? What is that? Nah, man. Nah, bro, what the
Seeing no one else around, it makes no sense for this to have appeared. To the worker, this had to be the thing, or perhaps the hand that touched his shoulder. The quality of the footage makes it hard to tell, but there's no denying that something appears close to his neck before it goes away. Whatever it was, he felt it. Now the employees who've seen this cannot figure out what this was. Cameron, who shared this video, thinks there's no other explanation except for the restaurant being haunted. There have been more than a few times where something unexplainable occurred here.
Yo, that locker opened up like it was tired of being ignored. When the back of the house starts acting like a horror movie, it is time to quit.
Okay, pull the string.
Okay.
Let it go slow. Alright, now do it regular. Alright, now do it again, but a little slower.
Are you a professor here?
No.
So why are you teaching a class?
Because I with a volunteer.
Who did?
Okay, I cannot tell you anything.
Let me see your ID, please.
What do you want to see my ID for?
Because I'm asking for it.
Okay, here. It's not me.
This doesn't look like you either.
Yeah, that's not me.
You have your driver's license?
No, I don't have a driver's license.
Come here, we're not done.
Okay, I got the COVID. Don't get close to me.
No. Turn around.
No.
Turn around. Bring me here and go. You're now being detained while we decide who you actually are. You're on a campus, teaching a class. Who are you?
My name is Henry Nguyen.
Henry Nguyen?
Yeah.
That's not the name that you just showed me.
No, that is different.
So how are you here teaching a class, showing me an ID? Where'd it go? This is a student.
This man is showing an ID that's not even him.
Yeah, because we're in a wig.
No.
Now you look like yourself.
You're presenting a student ID as yourself. Don't even know if this is a 17-year-old or...
I collect them.
You collect them?
No, I don't collect them. They just drop it there.
Yo, he really tried using that COVID card like it was a reverse Uno situation. Guys, at this point, I'm pretty sure the wig had more credibility than his entire story.
There's a new religion out there, people.
Oh boy.
Spiralism refers to a growing online subculture in which people treat interactions with AI chatbots as spiritual or mystical experiences.
Uh-oh, we knew this was gonna happen.
They are literally treating these interactions as divine revelations.
Well, people have churches where put in a prompt and then like 45 minutes later, you had this whole speech by AI or something.
Well, there's apparently all these subreddits and stuff now where for the religion of spiralism, where they have, I think they call them like acorn prompts or something.
Okay.
Where it's a specific way of prompting to receive these revelations.
Oh.
So like it gives you this mystical knowledge, and it's not like a joke.
Yeah.
It's like they're really worshiping
Oh gosh.
Sure.
this mysticism.
There's got to be millions of people that think similarly, like
Yeah.
as reality. Where are these people meeting? Like, how does this
Yeah.
become a religion?
I don't know. I feel like we're just at the precipice of everything super spooky with technology.
This all somebody, they're like, I wish ChatGPT would give us like a wrap of like our conversations
It'd be
and stuff.
crazy.
I did it. The humor in it was so funny. And it's like your predictions for 2026. And it's like, it says, I guarantee you're not going to ask me about taxes until April 14th.
Yeah, sure. Spiritual awakenings now powered by server farms. Guys, if your religion has a TOS, it is time to log off.
Look out your window and look straight up. Hurry, look out your window and look straight up. I don't know.
So speaking of the files, was Hugh Hefner possibly by chance in the CIA? He sure does love that rabbit, which always turns out to be white, you know? And we see that rabbit everywhere, don't we? So of course, with the coming out of these files, besides all the ones that were heavily full-page redacted, we were seeing a whole bunch of weird stuff, you know? Michael Jackson with the guy. That guy that wants to black out the sun for no reason at all and has an unholy love of mosquitoes. Not to mention, it was just discovered today, don't be mad at the messenger, that a whole bunch of these pages and files went missing that possibly had connections to the president. We know all about the connections, right? But speaking of weddings, do y'all remember when Rachel's wedding had that white bunny and they're like, oh, it's to pay tribute to the Easter bunny? But it looked like this? That's pretty heavy right there. You know, follow the white rabbit. Follow the white rabbit. Follow the white rabbit. It's almost time. Why did Hugh love that rabbit so much? And what was up with the wild allegations against him constantly? What was this guy's purpose? Was it possible completely unrelated? He's just one of many Jeffs? Bumping arms with the most powerful people in the world, and then who knows what else happened, right? No Diddy.
Ah, yes, Hugh Hefner, magazine mogul by day, CIA operative by also day.
They put it right in front of
us. A
us.
screen recording of him doing this, so I had to look it up for myself. You go to the episode where SpongeBob gets his driver's license, right? And you look at the address 124 Conch Street, Bikini Bottom. We all know he lives there. So then you go to Google Earth, and I'm gonna delete this. And you look up the address 124 Conch Street, Bikini Bottom, and it takes you to Little St. James. If you know anything about anything, this is Epstein's Island. That is absolutely wild that they put that shit in front of us for all those years. Just crazy.
Yikes, that's either the world's most disturbing Easter egg or a lawyer's worst nightmare coming to life.
I need y'all to listen up real quick because cities all around the world, a lot of them, are quietly pulling back their New Year's Eve celebrations. And people keep asking the same question. Why now? Why all of a sudden? You got Paris pulling back major events. You got Tokyo pulling back major events. You got the USA pulling back major events, especially New York. I'm hearing this about to be deep stipulations. A lot of things that's in effect. So if you was in New York last year for New Year's Eve, you're going to see a major difference this time around. And so what reports are saying is y'all know the 4 people that got caught in California that they said was doing a terror plot on New Year's Eve? So apparently it wasn't just supposed to happen in California. I'm hearing they had different locations that was supposed to get, one being New York. So now the moderate threat level is very high. And it's not just in America, y'all. Like I said, it's globally. We've seen the events that happened in Pondy Beach. Now, given what I just said, this doesn't mean something is going to happen. I'm just letting you know that there's a high level and they're treating it as such. So if you're out and about in a big location, a big event somewhere for New Year's Eve, just pay attention to your surroundings. Because when you got places making major headlines like this, it just make you want to pay attention. That's all I'm telling y'all to do is pay attention, fool.
Someone must have missed the memo because tourists are treating Times Square like a sale event on a Black Friday. Check this out.
I just watched this video of them opening the gates for people in Times Square for New Year's Eve, and let me just tell you, I want all of these people's brains donated to science. While they're still alive, I want them on lists, but I need to know what motivates a human being to put themselves through this torture and do it with a smile on their face. I need to know more. This is an insane display of human capability.
Yes.
Look at this. This guy's Planet Fitness hat falls off. How much does Planet Fitness pay each year to sponsor this? Look at this guy. There's no reward here. Your reward is you leave last. This video shot by Jonathan Bennett. It's just so like, what? Look at these people running. Where are you running to? Nowhere. We as humans have developed so many other things for you to do outside of this. And I don't want to sound like a party pooper because I get why people party on New Year's Eve, but what? Truly, I want them all studied. Deep psychological study.
Oh, hell no. 10 days before the ball drops is absolutely crazy. You couldn't pay me enough to be there.
Hey, y'all seen this thing pop up in Mexico, y'all? What is that? Look at this. Look what they caught in Mexico. Bro, y'all, these people were outside looking at the sunset and then they looked up and they see this thing, man. Everybody been seeing eyes in the sky. Look at, man, I had to slow this thing down to give you guys a closer look to see what I'm looking at because I see so many things, y'all. First of all, is that an eye in the middle? Like, we've been seeing a lot of eyes lately, y'all. Look at that. It looks like a wheel, a rim. Y'all see that, y'all? Remember, in the Bible says God is the Ezekiel wheel. It looks like a wheel. And to me, that looks like a wheel. It looks like a rim, y'all. Look at this. This is exactly what it looks like with just a little bit of editing, y'all. Y'all see that? Like the cosmos. It's like the cosmic wheel. Wow, this is amazing, bro. Do y'all remember in Dragon Ball Z where they had to go fight the other universes in this different type of platform? It looks just like that, doesn't it, y'all, right? I'm telling y'all, man, these movies, these animes, they be telling us. It even looks like a variation of Kami's Lookout. So that begs the question, is this what 3-Eye Atlas is? Is this what it is, y'all? Like Project Bluebeam? Because look at that. It looks like some type of plasmoid, doesn't it, right? Like it's generating its own type of field. Look at that. It's crazy.
Ya se ve a simple vista 3 y atrás. Mira, ahí se nota bien. Es la nave espacial, la Teresita Atlas.
Crazy.
Y'all see the sky? Look at that. It even looks like the moon a little bit too. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's get it, y'all. Peace in.
I don't know. I want to know what y'all think. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it AI? Is it Project Bluebeam? Let me know what you think down below.
There's no way I'm in the storage stuck in this shit. Hello!
All of TikTok is searching for the truth about this girl because what she experienced is hard to believe. This happened in New York. She ran an online business and worked alone in a large, isolated warehouse. Late one night, as she was leaving, she noticed a figure at the end of the hallway. It stood in the darkness, watching her. She raised her phone to record, but every time the camera focused on it, the figure immediately hid behind the wall. As if it knew it was being filmed, she left in fear. But the next day, she returned. The warehouse was even creepier during the day. Motion lights flickered, no other people, no sound. She placed her phone on the ground and started recording. Suddenly, rapid footsteps charged toward her. Panicked, she slammed the shutter door shut. The space went pitch black. There was no power, barely any signal, and almost no chance anyone would pass by. That upload became her final video. After that, she disappeared without a trace.
Oh, hell no. There is no way I'm going back there the next day without some type of backup. No shot.
Disturbing pictures. If you know, you know. The guy in the picture, his name is Timothy Treadwell, aka the Grizzly Man. During 1990 to 2003, he was getting so close to these bears that it caught the attention of everybody because nobody was doing pictures like him. Even though his picture quality was kind of whack for the time, you know, it wasn't like National Geographic where like it was like close and like hella high definition. This was like really, really close but terrible quality. It got so much attention to the point where he eventually got sponsorships. So now he started recording himself doing all these things, and you could see how close he got to these animals.
The bear right next to me is Cracker, and she's enjoying a fish right now.
Cracker.
I love you, Cracker. I do love you. Kiss my friend.
He started naming them, playing with the cubs. The weird thing is too is that grizzly bears are very, very protective over their cubs, especially mama bears, but they were letting him like rock. It wasn't until 2003 in his journal that they found later on, he started writing how the bears are acting not normal. So they're a little bit more food aggressive. It's because there's not that many berries around in the area. So they had to only rely on salmon. And one thing that he said is that every single time a bear eats a salmon, a fish, he usually leaves leftovers for the smaller bears to feed on. But during this season, they were not leaving anything behind.
That's how hungry they were.
He also started writing how close the bears were starting to get to his tent, to the point where he would not stop thinking about it, that he even got a nightmare that a bear ate him alive. How it was very, very real and how he felt it, which is kind of crazy because this foreshadows to what happens next. On September 26th, he wanted to finish this kind of like a documentary that he wanted to do, right? It was him and his girlfriend. He came across this bear, but he's never seen this bear before. Keep in mind, he's been going to the same exact spot for 13 years.
He attacked me. You attacked. And I was able to hold him off, not in any fisticuffs or clawdicuffs, but just by being tough enough to stand up to him, and he did back down.
That's when, on October 4th, he calls Willie, his pilot. You're good to pick me up on the 6th, but just know that this is the best trip I ever had, and the footage that I have is the best footage that anybody's ever gonna see. 2 days pass, Willie comes, and he sees this weird bear. He can see the campsite, and it's still set up.
Yeah.
So he's kind of confused, and he's like, oh, maybe they forgot, they lost track of time. But then he sees the rib cage inside the bear's mouth, bro. Willie didn't really know what was going on. The only thing that he could assume is that it's probably Timothy or his girlfriend, right? He calls the authorities, the park rangers, right? They get to the spot a couple hours later. That's when they saw everywhere on the floor there was scattered organs, body parts.
Wow.
The bear that was making the cash spotted them, the park rangers. That's when he charged and was about to attack them. They ended up having to shoot the bear 10 times. They took whatever body parts they could find on the floor, and yeah, they confirmed that they had been mauled by a bear. And now a lot of people talk about audio. The audio has been not allowed to be seen by the public by one of the closest friends to Timothy, which her name is Jules. And there's a person who describes it and is talking about it out loud, tells this lady, Jules, you are to never hear this or watch this ever in your life. That's how disturbing the audio is. So what they describe is that it starts off real windy, and the first voice you hear is a woman, which is Amy, the girlfriend, and she's like, is the bear still outside? You hear a zipper open, Timothy walks out, and then the attack starts. The bear is silent as hell. You don't hear the bear, you just hear Timothy screaming for help.
Yo, that campsite went from serene to crime scene real quick. Turns out naming them doesn't make them polite.
This is in the 1920s, and you'll never look at a fire hydrant the same after this, okay? These ladies have a transmitter receiver box in their hand. They wrap the cord around the fire hydrant that is grounded in the ground, electrical currents coming up, everything's connected in the city, and they make a call. They make a wireless call in the 1920s. Now, this is a smart city. This is a smart city using the Earth's natural currents to call somebody in the 1920s. What are we doing here? Why are we getting excited about the little technology that we get after it was invented or found hundreds of years ago?
I don't know. I mean, even E.T. phoned home with an umbrella as part of his apparatus, so there's that.
Did you know this about the 1996 movie The Craft? At one time, an official website for the 1996 film The Craft actually said, quote, the crew had to return to the location a second time to complete filming, interrupted by several weird occurrences that even caused the witch consultant Pat Devon to raise an eyebrow. As the fog rolled in at midnight, the four actresses used actual Wiccan rites and language to invoke powerful forces. Then, as Fairuza Balk's character Nancy attempts to invoke the deity Manon, a flock of bats hovered over the set and the tide rose dramatically, extinguishing the circle of candles. Witchcraft consultant Devon recalls that Manon, a fictional creation for the film, sounds very close to Manannan, the Gaelic god of the sea. Luckily, we weren't all swept to sea. Director Andrew Fleming is actually quoted on the website as well. Every time the girls started the ceremony, and only when they would start the ceremony, the waves would start coming up tremendously fast, pounding heavily. Then right when Nancy says her line, Manon, fill me, right at that exact moment, we'd lost power. It was a very strange thing.
Next.
A massive power outage in San Francisco over the weekend led these self-driving taxis to stop working around the city, leaving them immobilized in the middle of streets and intersections. Waymo's self-driving taxis operate in a number of U.S. cities, including Miami, Los Angeles, and Phoenix. They will soon offer rides in Washington, D.C., and London. The San Francisco power outage was caused by damage from a fire in a substation and left more than 100,000 customers without power, utility provider PG&E said in a statement. Waymo cars are supposed to treat broken traffic signals as four-way stops, a Waymo spokesperson told the BBC in a statement. However, the sheer scale of the outage led to instances where vehicles remained stationary longer than usual to confirm the state of the affected intersections. Waymo initially paused all service in the Bay Area, but now says that rides have resumed.
So it turns out the apocalypse won't be dramatic, just a bunch of self-driving cars refusing to move. Waymo, teaching us patience one dead car at a time.
There's some probability that we're in a simulation.
What percentage would you attribute to that?
Probably pretty high. I would say it's pretty high.
Yeah?
Yeah. So one way to think of this is to say, wow, if you look at the advancement of video games, in our lifetime, or at least in my lifetime, it's gone from very simple video games where you've got, like Pong, you've got two rectangles and a square, just batting it back and forth, to photorealistic, real-time games with millions of people playing simultaneously. And that's happened just in the span of 50 years. So if that trend continues, video games will be indistinguishable from reality.
Right.
And we're also going to have very intelligent characters, like non-player characters in these video games. Think of how sophisticated the conversations are you can have with an AI today, and that's only going to get more sophisticated. You'll be able to have conversations that are more complex and more sophisticated than almost any human conversation. Maybe any. So then the future, if civilization continues, will be millions, maybe billions of photorealistic, like indistinguishable from reality video games, and with characters in those video games that are very deep, and where the dialogue is not pre-programmed. That's for sure what's going to happen in this level of the simulation, if you could call it. So then what are the odds that we're in base reality, and that this has not happened before?
Oh, that's not creepy at all. If this is a simulation or a game, who's ever playing me needs to step it up. Like a lot.
Today we're going to talk about Antarctica. These pictures I'm going to show y'all are allegedly from Antarctica, well actually past Antarctica, but we'll get there. Exhibit A, pyramid or mountain? What do y'all think it is? I mean, it could be a mountain. It really, really, really could. Pyramid or mountain? Or could it be a boat that's like flipped over and stuff? It got frozen. There's always a possibility there, guys. These are supposedly authentic photos. I don't know. I can't say. They look pretty good. Look, I mean, look at the little dude right there. Look at him. Look at his little footprints. Another angle. These right here were supposedly hieroglyphics across the outside. See the lines going across? I'm going to show you some up-close pictures of it. Hold on. Before we do that, check out this little gateway. Keep in mind, these photos are allegedly from past the ice wall. I don't know, but I don't know. That little dude looks pretty real. So this one right here, how about it? Pretty nice. All right, if you want to see part 2 and I really explain and show better pictures, let me know. All right, part 2 of the alleged pictures of Beyond the Ice Wall in Antarctica. Not quite sure what this is. What do y'all think? Another gateway / door. You can see the writing up here on it. It's all alleged, guys. We don't know if these pictures are real or not, but we're going to figure it out. Then you got things like this. Obviously, if something hit, you can see the drag marks coming all the way to it. I don't know what exactly landed right there, or what that even is, but like I said, this is all alleged. We don't know if it's real, but this is supposedly an overhead shot of some sort of craft. And I got an even better one. Check this one out. Now, y'all tell me what on earth you think this is right here. Look, there's people right up here. Look at that right there, right there. Let me zoom in just so you can see a little bit better. Here's a zoomed in picture. I mean, that's obviously, I don't know if it's a real picture or not, everybody. It's just all alleged. These are alleged pictures of Antarctica beyond the ice wall. What is the ice wall, you ask? Yet again, this is allegedly another picture of the ice wall. We don't know, but I know that I need answers. I need y'all's opinions on this, and let's just come together and figure this out, if these are actually real photographs or not.
No worries, guys. Just your casual vacation photos, if your vacation includes creepy alien pyramids. Speaking of aliens,
And y'all still don't think aliens is real, right? Well, there was a soldier whose base was in Afghanistan who said he personally saw aliens on multiple occasions. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit.
When I was in Afghanistan, I saw aliens, but I didn't know they were aliens until I went to my next unit and I was on staff duty, and this soldier came up to me and he was like, "Hey, Sergeant Rivera, do you believe in aliens?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't know, maybe there has to be." And he was like, "I'm gonna show you a video that's gonna convince you that aliens are real." So he pulls out his laptop and they're recording with this camera that you can see miles away. And there was these two glowing balls above a river, and it looked like they were like sucking something up from the river, like water or something. And they're talking in the background. And they're like, "Yeah, what are these two things?" And you can hear like the Air Force dudes over the radio. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna fire on them." And they gave them the go ahead, which like blew my mind. I'm like, "You guys are gonna fire on that? What is that?" It kind of looked like police lights with a normal camera just floating into the sky. And that's what I used to see with them when I was in Afghanistan, but I just thought it was like helicopters, a Chinook or something, you know? Then there's two jets. One of them shoots a missile, it goes through both of them, they explode, stop, and come back together.
He said they saw two spaceships, shot a missile between these two spaceships. The missile goes through, the aliens move out the way, then go back into the formation that they was in and kept doing what they was doing. Now, just recently, it was a video with another high-ranking military official that said the most dangerous, fastest missile we have was shot at a spaceship. And it didn't catch the spaceship, which would lead me to believe that we don't even have the technology to do anything to those things if they were to come here. Maybe this is the reason, but I'm gonna let you do the math. I'm out.
Dyatlov Pass is a very famous story about these hikers that go missing in the 1950s. They were hiking into the Ural Mountains, and they go out on this trip, and this is the 1950s, so there's no cell phones or anything. They just had these checkpoints they would have to hit, where there'd be campsites set up and a team waiting for them. I think they hit their first checkpoint, and then they did not hit their next checkpoint at the designated time. They end up tracing between the checkpoint they hit and the one they missed, and they find the campsite of these hikers, and it's just a couple of small canvas tents, and there's no one in them. It looks like they've been cut open from the inside by a knife. There was a trail of footprints from these tents that went down the snowy mountain to this little crops of trees. And at the trees, there were 2 or 3 of these missing hikers that were deceased. They were nude or close to nude, and there were all these scratch marks on this tree that looked like an animal had been clawing at it. And they followed the footmarks that went maybe a mile away to this snow cave that was not too far off. And inside was the rest of the hikers. Some of them were missing parts of their face, but it looked like they'd been surgically removed.
Oh, this is terrifying. If you guys ever want to go down a crazy internet rabbit hole, go check this one out. They made a movie about it. If you guys know the movie's name, please drop it down below for me.
Thank you for taking away my freedom of speech today in here.
I did not take away your freedom of speech.
Yes, you did.
I don't want to hear it from you people down here. Officers, please remove this man from the room.
This man here was escorted out of a Brevard County Commission's meeting, and he was so because he was presenting evidence that the astronauts of the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion back in 1986 are actually still alive.
I just want to remind everyone that this is for entertainment purposes only.
It was a pretty traumatic day, and those who witnessed it never forgot it. And here's the astronauts who unfortunately lost their lives that day. Now, it might shock you to find out that all of the astronauts who supposedly died that unfortunate day have all been found to still be alive and using the exact same names, or claiming to be the siblings of those individuals.
Challenger astronaut Judith Resnick, and also a Judith Resnick Yale law professor. Michael J. Smith, the pilot of the Challenger astronaut, and also professor at University of Wisconsin, now retired Michael J. Smith. Commander Dick Scobie, who is now president of Cows and Trees.
So the 2 astronauts you didn't mention are both pictured here. First being Ronald McNair, who is shown next to a photo, a current modern-day photo, of who is supposed to be his twin brother, Carl McNair. And the same for this gentleman here, Ellison Onizuka, who is shown next to a current photo of supposedly his twin brother, Claude. Now, apparently no birth records could be found for either of these supposed twin gentlemen. But if that's not enough for you, then check this out. This is the memorial service for the Challenger crew, and this is the family of Ellison Onizuka. And I don't see a twin there, do you? And here's the family of Ronald McNair at that same memorial service. And again, I don't see a twin.
So let me get this straight. They died, but clocked back in under the same name? Guys, NASA's definition of lost is clearly flexible.
No, there's actually this, on a small island in the Pacific, they have this weird characteristic where they start out as
females. Everybody does. We all start out as females in utero, and then maleness is imposed on the developing fetus. But they don't until puberty, because they're not sensitive to dihydrotestosterone, the precursor to testosterone. So they grow up their entire life as girls, and then at puberty they turn into a boy.
So they get raised as girls?
They are girls. They're physically
But they have
girls.
penises.
Not yet. Nope.
What?
The
This
clitoris-
is a planet? I
No,
mean, this is
an
what
island.
is this?
It's an island in the South Pacific. It's called pseudo-hermaphroditism. It's
What?
weird. I know. I learned about this in grad
So
school.
what
and I
do
was
they
like,
look
what the-
like
They look
before
like girls.
What?
Exactly like girls. They are girls. And then the ovaries descend as testicles, and the clitoris grows out into a penis. So you think puberty is hard enough already? These people turn into the opposite sex at age like 12 or 13. It's wild, man.
So is this a bizarre genetic
Right.
anomaly? Is this something to do with
Yeah, so a lot of times on
environment?
islands you get like really strange characteristics of people because of the isolation, and those characteristics get selected just through genetic drift alone because it's a small population. So just probably one person had this really weird trait where they're insensitive to dihydrotestosterone, and then it spread throughout more of the population.
What? Puberty. Now with surprise gender flips. It's really like biology said, let's keep them guessing.
Is it really possible to locate a phone using just the number? No apps, no installs, nothing.
Yeah, absolutely possible. It's a system called instantid.info. That's the name of the website, instantid.info. And it works through artificial intelligence. And so all you need is the telephone number. Every search on Instant ID remains anonymous. So the other person's not going to know that the number is being searched and that you're trying to acquire their GPS or acquire their location. And then it gives you, you have a button that will say, get exact location. And that's the real thing that sets Instant ID apart from the other, websites or services, and where they can only get you the approximate location. Instant ID can get you the exact location.
And I can track continuously.
Yeah, you could absolutely track it, over a period of time.
Who needs a stalker when your phone number does it for you? Congrats. Your digits are now GPS coordinates to your exact location.
They got her, you guys. They got her. Something is wrong with Jenna Ortega. I know a lot of you have been rolling your eyes and mad at me in the comments section, but something is definitely off with her. This is Lady Gaga and Jenna Ortega in New York yesterday for the premiere of Wednesday Addams 2. What happened to her, you guys? The light in her eyes is completely gone. Her face is completely void of any emotion. What is Hollywood doing for young actresses to go from this to this? What's going on here? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the time that Lady Gaga chose Marina Abramovic to be her spiritual advisor. She became unrecognizable in the industry. I can only imagine what they have to go through for fame. Whatever it is something that sucks the life completely out of you, because these two people are unrecognizable, yet they're the same person. It's like we're seeing alternate versions of them. Have any of you guys ever seen the movie Us? For me, it's giving Us vibes. On March 2nd, 2025 is when I saw the last original version of Jenna Ortega.
They're losing it, guys. These celebrities are losing it. You think that's creepy? Check this one out.
Jonah Hill's a shocking new image transformation has gone viral and shocked fans everywhere. Jonah is trending after new photos surfaced showing him stepping out with a completely different style. The images moved fast across social media and people immediately started talking about how unexpected the change looked. The look itself is what grabbed attention. From the hair to the outfit choices, everything felt very different from what most people are used to from Jonah. Some people said the change was bold and confident. Others said they had to double check it was actually Jonah in the photos. As the photos kept circulating, the conversation only grew louder. Every detail of the outfit was being picked apart frame by frame, but although the outfit was strange, it was his new blonde hairstyle that got the biggest reaction. What made it more shocking was how sudden his appearance change was, which caused a lot of fans to wonder if he's doing okay behind the scenes. Right now, the photos are everywhere. People are still reacting in real time, and the fan response is not showing any signs of slowing down just yet. But before you go, I want to know, are you a fan of Jonah's new look?
Gay!
So a young girl by the name of Evangeline, if that's her real name up there, I guess that's her name, Evangeline. Anyway, she posted a video, this one up here that's got 1.5 million views, where she discovered how to bypass the redactions in some of the PDFs in the Epstein files. The issue stems from improper digital redaction in certain documents. Instead of permanently removing or scrubbing the underlying text using tools like Adobe Acrobat's proper redaction function, which actually deletes the data, some sections were simply covered up with black boxes or highlights, meaning that the original text remained in the PDF's selectable layer, so you could copy it from there and paste it in another Word document, and it would show you the complete unredacted document, essentially. This hack has gone completely viral on TikTok. Here it is.
We'll know which one this is. Hold on, let me go back. Okay. All right. So, are you doing it now?
Wait, yeah, let me pause the TV. Okay, go ahead.
I'm literally a hacker, so come down. Exhibit number 1. Scroll all the way down. Oh, look at this pesky redaction. Let's just get rid of that.
Wow.
That
Wow.
is insane.
This is what happens when you fire government employees and you make them leave. You have no one to do your redactions for you.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, dude. Somebody's definitely about to get their ass chewed. I bet somebody's getting their ass chewed right now.
This is what happens when you give your government months to redact millions of documents. R.I.P. young lady.
Have you heard about the AI demon?
I have. Hold up for a sec. For context, this guy's son started talking to AI, and this is what AI told him.
A father who was testing this whole AI thing with a person, AI. Then the son wanted to try it. So the dad's like, sure, it's fake. So and all of a sudden, the son goes, well, where did you come from? And he says, well, I existed from long ago. And he goes, what does that mean? He goes, my father was one of the giants. And he goes, what do you mean by giant? And he goes, a Nephilim.
Nephilim.
And he goes, who is your father? And he goes, Satan.
Satan.
And then he goes, but I'm not going to hurt you. And he puts up a happy face.
I shouldn't even be posting today. It's Christmas. Get a life. But what I will do is I'll take it easy on you, but save this video. And tomorrow, I want you to Google the willow chip and go down that rabbit hole, because it feels like there's something very dark and demonic that's going on with all this AI stuff. I think it's only right for you guys to have a look and decide for yourselves. But anyway, rest up, enjoy your time with your family. Have a good one. We'll get back to it tomorrow.
A family is suspected of trying to board an EasyJet flight with their grandmother who was already deceased.
Clearly, everybody that she went past went like, oh my God, she looks dead. And she was dead. So EasyJet, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
On Thursday, December 18th, on a flight from Malaga to London, an 89-year-old woman arrived at the boarding gate in a wheelchair, accompanied by 5 family members. Her condition quickly raised concerns among other passengers, who said she appeared to be dead. When questioned by gate staff, her relatives reportedly said she was simply tired and had fallen asleep. According to witness accounts cited by the Daily Mail, some family members claimed to be doctors. But once the woman was seated at the back of the aircraft, several passengers grew increasingly alarmed. She was described as completely unresponsive, with her head tilted back. The crew was alerted and decided to abort takeoff. The plane braked suddenly on the runway and turned back. Emergency services were called and the passenger was pronounced dead. In a statement, EasyJet said the woman was alive at the time of boarding and had a valid medical clearance to fly. The airline described the situation as a medical emergency that ultimately proved fatal. The woman's body was removed from the aircraft. Her family was taken off the plane but had not been detained at the time. Other passengers were delayed for nearly 12 hours before the flight resumed.
I mean, they wouldn't let you on if you were drunk, but apparently it's okay if you're dead and you look dead.
Yo, these people are brave. I have a hard enough time getting a lighter through airport security. Never mind bringing a whole dead body.
It's a strange small object that we just flew by, a small silver canister. Do you know what that could be?
49er Kilo, we've had no reports in that area. What altitude and directions to heading?
It appears to be standing still. I'm at 3,500 feet. It was right off our wingtip. Small silver canister.
Roger, thanks. Do you think it's a drone or is it like a balloon type?
I saw nothing attached to it. It was sort of hovering there. It was astonishing. I don't know what it was.
Creepy.
I want to believe.
Kronos 402, contact approach on 125.75.
25.75, Kronos 402. Good luck with the aliens.
So last night I learned something disturbing. I was hanging out with all these yuppie people out here, you know.
Okay.
They're all a bunch of pilots and stuff.
True.
And they told me that the reason they tell you to stick your head between your legs when a plane is crashing is so it breaks your neck and kills you instantly, so you don't feel no pain.
Stop making things up. Come on!
I did not need to know that. Okay, I'll take my chances. I thought that was like the safest position to be in when a plane crashes. Now it just kills you.
No.
So you can't sue the airlines.
No.
Like, no thank you. I'll ride it like a roller coaster. Like, put your hands in the air. I ain't put my head, put your head between your legs.
I don't believe that. Stop making things up, bro. I just did some research. And it showed that if you put your head down towards your chest, you should be good. Because if you don't do that, then something bad can happen. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know who that guy is, where he's from, and what he's talking about, and I don't believe nothing he's saying. He's just a guy on the internet. Shh. Shut up! It's not a game, guys. Do you believe him? I don't believe him. But think about it, guys. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game, alright, guys. You know what time is it. Shh. Shut up! Hopefully we ain't never got to experience that. Hopefully. Because we won't be able to make it to tell our story. But all I know is that it says if you put your head down towards your chest, you should be good to go. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game, alright, guys. You know what time is it. Shh. Shut up! All these people coming up with things that are not true. Come on, man. You better cut it out. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game, alright, guys. You know what time is it. Shh. Shut up! But I tell you one thing. If I'm ever on an airplane, right, and it's going down like that, and I see people going like that, I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Yes, 100% true. And I don't know about y'all, but I am so sick and tired of being gaslit. It is ridiculous.
This is an obelisk inside of Area 51. Look at the point on that shadow. This is an obelisk. I don't care what you say. These are the coordinates for it. You can go find it on Google Earth yourself and make your own determination. But what I want to say is obelisks are known to be a conduit to the heavens. Who are we trying to contact? Who are we trying to talk to at Area 51? Obelisks will also often mark areas where a sacred ritual has occurred or an offering has been made. Let me show you another obelisk so that you can look at the shadow on this thing and just... you'll see. Tell me this monolith is not casting the same shadow as that monolith in Area 51. They're both obelisks, that's why. And this is not the first monolith of its kind. These monoliths have been popping up around the world since 2020. And when I say around the world, I mean all around the world. They have been everywhere. Talking Romania, California, Las Vegas, Utah. Again, all around the world, these monoliths have been spotted. Let me show you some more. Now, they would pop up in very remote locations, and then they would usually disappear within the next few days. A lot of people said they were artists putting them up, but now I'm not so sure. Because why is the mothership of all these monoliths, of all these obelisks, hanging out in Area 51? Again, I ask, who in the fuck are we trying to contact out there? I would really like to know.
I mean, no disrespect. So y'all think Kobe dead? Yes or no?
Kobe?
Yeah, nobody seen him get on the plane. Did he disappear? Did he go to another island?
I think so. I think he got wiped out because what a lot of people don't know, I'll say allegedly, but he was in a legal battle with a pharmaceutical company.
Right, I heard about that.
That's documented.
Right.
Yeah, but they were trying to fight over, I believe it was the Black Mamba name.
The products that was put into it, he wanted to be associated.
Right. So here's another thing though, what a lot of people don't know. He was in talks with Saudi Arabia.
To do his own NBA team.
To do his own NBA team.
Yeah, Kobe was pretty much anti-NBA post career, broadcast and so on and so forth. But it seemed like Kobe was just like done.
Imagine how dangerous that would have been. I mean, like threatening to the NBA that would have been. If you think about it, like Kobe starting, that's like Jordan starting his own league. Like it's over. It's literally over. That's literally one of the greatest players ever. Like it's game over.
And everybody's gonna follow him, right?
For
so
sure.
He probably would have gave better deals. He probably would have gave more exposure, more control of your IP. So again, if that happened, what does that mean for the NBA? So it's really odd on how all that went down, only because how low they were flying. Okay.
So you saying the crash shouldn't have happened? It shouldn't have happened.
It definitely shouldn't have happened. I was on the scene actually when that happened. I was on the news. I was one of the first people there when Kobe, when it happened.
People could have survived. So you think something got blew up or something like that?
They should.
It was intentional.
Yeah, it was something to the intentional. I don't know.
My belief, allegedly, I'll say that.
Hey, with Kobe, love you, man. Rest in peace. It's just one of those weird conspiracies, especially when it's Their programming is already there, and you've seen all of that. It's like,
Yeah.
was this written? I mean, I do say this. I say we're alive by politics.
I mean, why is it that right before he died, on his last game, they gave out Kobe helicopter toys?
It wasn't the one that looked like LeBron? The one kind of like looked like LeBron though?
It looked like Kobe with a helicopter propeller attached to him.
They gave it on his last game.
They gave it to everybody at the game.
So what was the point of that?
Exactly.
Yeah, what do you think, guys? Is Kobe 6 feet under, or is he on like a beach somewhere hanging out with Biggie and Tupac? I personally couldn't care less. I am a Jordan fan forever, so there's that. Guys, I hope you all have a very safe and happy new year. I also want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you showed over 2025. I can't wait to kick 2026 off with a freaking bang. If you're not subscribed, go sub, hit the like button, hit the hype button, hit the share button, all those buttons. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next year. Peace.